Well, hello, class. How are you? Welcome back to Grant Prep Academy. I am yours truly, Dr. AJ Austin, lead professor here at GPA, live on TikTok with you. Come join us if you're not here already. Look for the Black Women in Grants page. Would love to have you here. Y'all, I have been working. I am so proud of myself. I woke up early, and honey, when I'm up before the sun, you know it's going to be a productive day for me. So I left, went and got brunch, waited on Sephora to open so I can make a return for some perfume I bought that I just didn't like, but TikTok hype everything up, so I fell for the trend, the okie dokie, and I returned it. Left there. What did I do when I left? Oh, went to the grocery store. So proud. Spent all my money and came back home. We literally got food at the house and takeout. But anyway, here I am having just cooked dinner, chilling and relaxing. I've been working on making our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, thebomb.com. Y'all just don't know. If you're not in the mentorship yet, you need to come on and join us. It's only $97. Come hang out with us for a full year and get these goodies, because I have written a book called Finding Funding. And it's all about how to find and secure debt-free, non-traditional funding for your Black woman-owned for-profit small business. Are there any Black women for-profit small business owners in the house? Say hey in the chat, especially if it's your first time here. Let me greet you, say hello, welcome you to GPA. I've been reading through our book. Honey, that's a good book, Savannah. A good book. Then I had been working on two separate book projects, but I just combined them today. And when I say we got some heat I'm about to release, for those of you who really can see yourself as a future grant winner and taking grants so serious that you start winning these fundings using what I teach you over at blackwomeningrants.com. So there are 300 ladies in our program. I'm about to start doing some investigative research because I know so far we've collectively won over $181,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities. Yes, this is grants for profit. That's what I just said, VC. Welcome, girl. So tell me about your business in the chat real quick. What is the business that you do that you can use grants for? Because when I tell you, I just was working on combining two books into one. That's the cover you see on the screen, but I renamed it. Girl, updated the cover. I'm so excited. And so we got some new information coming out. We got some refreshers coming out for those of you who are new here, those of you who have been here more than once. It's time for us to update what we thought we knew about grants. Y'all ready? So real quick in the chat, if you are a Black woman for-profit small business owner, tell me about your business. What is that business that you could see winning a grant for? Because it's some new stuff on the horizon. So while I was working on the new book, combining two into one, I'm up to 158 pages, which is really cool because the book that we have in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com is 160 pages. So y'all got some reading to do, some catching up. Come on, where y'all at? I got this idea because we have a lady who has recently won $10,000 in our tribe. She won just a couple days ago. And God just was like, look her up. Because sometimes the internet, the world knows that you've won a grant before you do. So in her case, she is waiting to receive her check in hand. Like the ink ain't even dry on the check yet. And it's been on blog after blog after blog that she is one of 40 grant winners who just got blessed with a $10,000 grant. This mega beauty brand gave away $400,000 to 40 businesses around the world, and one of our Black Women in Grants was one of them. She won $10,000 for her skincare line that is launching soon. When I say I am so excited for her, Her name is Ashley Rankin. Y'all can Google her to see what she's won. We'll make the major announcement soon. We're waiting on the paperwork and all that to be finalized, but it's already out there on the interwebs. I interviewed Ashley about her finding this grant, applying for this grant, what she said on the grant application, and what tips she had for you if you could see yourself winning grants. And so her interview is over at blackwomeningrants.com in our mentorship. She has now collectively won $19,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities. And she won this 10K in the last 90 days just from doing exactly what I teach you in the Finding Funding ebook, what I teach you in the boot camp and the workshops and the virtual event that we hosted recently. She implemented everything to the T. And I know it because I read her application and I watched her video and I was like, she deserved that grant. Her video was so good. Her storytelling, her essay, she implemented the tactics that I teach you for how to tell a really good story that gets checks written. And now to see her name, she didn't even know that it had been secretly announced. I just got the download just like an hour ago to look her up. And here it is. She's on list after list after list as one of the 40 winners of a $10,000 grant from a major beauty brand and two major organizations are funding her skincare line expansion. Y'all, can you see yourself winning a grant? Let me know in the chat, because some people, just like to learn about these opportunities, really don't plan on doing much with the information that they learn. But some people like Ashley, who find me here on TikTok on the Black Women in Grants page, come in, learn, and join us in our mentorship. They get to work, especially because I literally eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. I'm sitting here having dinner, looking over, how many topics did I stop at? 60 different topics that I got to talk to y'all about over the next few weeks that's going to be featured in this book. That's a refresher for those of you who have hung out with us before. But if you're new here, child, this is some good stuff. I love teaching and I love sharing what I know. And I did not realize how much I have learned over the last few years about grants, which makes sense because I myself have personally won over $1 million in grants and grant funded opportunities, including scholarships and contests and giveaways and checks in the mail, gifts in the mail, grand prizes. You name it, I have won it in my personal life and in my professional life. And I'm teaching you what I know. And I'm about to start doing some research on some people who are in our mentorship and I ain't heard from in a minute because y'all be winning that money and y'all be quiet till that money gone. So I need to know who else is out here winning using what we call our fund finding formula. So if you can see yourself winning grants, I want to extend the invitation for you to come hang out with us for the next year. Refine the strategy that you thought it takes to win a grant. Find out the insight, the secret steps that it really takes from telling your story to pitching your business on video to really finding out what grants are legit, connecting with other grant winners, and then taking advantage of the additional resources that come as consolation prizes just when you apply for grants. It's so much going on behind the scenes of these opportunities that y'all have no idea if you've never applied for a grant. And if you've never won a grant, girl, a whole new world opens up to you that's like you literally could not pay your way into. It's that good, okay? And so I share behind the scenes of my journey from what I do, from the time I found out about a grant to making sure that my business qualifies, to getting my application together, including all of the documents that they request based on if you are a startup business with an idea or if you started your business and you're already making money. And to the time I hit submit, get that thank you email for submitting and get that congratulations email that you've won this grant. It's a journey and I've mapped it out. And to this day, it's what I do to apply for grants. And I share my secrets with you in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. So come and join us. There is a scholarship available on blackwomeningrants.com when you click the special link. So regular price for the training is $997. But we have a scholarship fund, and there's a scholarship available right now. It is first come, first serve, but you can hang out with us for only $97 versus the full price of $997, thanks to future funding that you ain't got to worry about. We got you, boo. So you come in winning, and that's what we talking about. So come in, learn what you need, set that foundation, and then grow what we call your grant application strategy, which is really the way you start winning grants. So some people think it's as simple as buying a list of grants and just throwing out random applications for random opportunities, but you don't want to do that. That's a good way to get disqualified or rejected from grants. So if you've ever been rejected and not won yet, you could be applying for the wrong types of grants for your business. You want it to be such a perfect fit, just like Ashley. When I watched her video before I knew about the grant that she had won, and when I read the fine print, the terms and conditions, and the rules of the grant that wrote her a 10K check, I was like, they made this grant for her. I don't care what nobody said. We know 39 other people won too, but honey, her name was in that pool for that $400,000 to get 10K. That's the type of fit like a glove opportunity that you need to apply for if you want to really start winning grants and having your application stand out and making sure that your business gets awarded. So some of y'all told me you could see yourself winning a grant. How much can you see yourself winning? Like, what's that total? If you were to win a grant right now, or go check your mailbox and there was a check for a grant that you applied to and won and you didn't know till the check got here, what's the amount that you would expect to see on that check when you peeled off the little perforated edges and opened it up? You know, where it has the check and then it has the check stub. I'm speaking from experience several times over. How much would you want to see on that check for your grant? Tell me in the chat real quick. I know we may be on a bit of a delay. Sometimes TikTok is a little slow, but I love engagement. I usually charge for my workshops, but I'm here with y'all as an investment back into you, into your business, and into your future grant journey. So if grants is something that you really want to start taking serious, this is a great place to engage and answer some questions about your business, because sometimes we have actual grant check writers among us. They watch us here on TikTok. So you don't know who's watching, who's in the audience. We're engaging about your business and getting the help that you need to secure that funding. So tell me in the chat what number you want to see on your first or next grant check. Let me know. Let's see who's going to be first to post in the chat and win this round. Can y'all hear me? Are you there? Hello? Anybody? I know you're multitasking, but now is not a good time to be distracted. Okay? So let's see. Plant-based Mama was first. Hey girl, with her $12,000. Are you in the US? Because you wrote that like you might be from another country. Let me know. VC says 10,000 just to get started. I know that's right, girl. That's like you're out the gate. This will do for now. We're coming back for more. I love it. 15K. What's that? It's missing a comma. Let me take my time and read it. 5,000. I see you. Ooh, I don't have my glasses on. That's why the numbers running together, girl. Hold on. Let me get my glass. Hey, Orlando, Florida. Cool. So I see you guys. Okay. So that's where you are. You said, I'm all in. I need this. That's what I said. It's so fast. Vince says 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. It's just going up from there, right? You in Orlando as well. What y'all doing down in Florida? Hey, y'all. I'm in Georgia, so we country cousins. 10K, yes. I'm in the USA, Texas. Welcome. So what would you guys need the grant for specifically? Now, keep in mind, if you're at a place where you're financially desperate or destitute, meaning I need a grant, I got to win a grant, my business is going to fail without a grant, I can't pay my bills without a grant, I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't win. Listen, that is not a good mindset to come into the grant space with, because they don't care. They're not going to rush the process. They're not going to pick you because you have the most destitute story. They want to jump on a moving train. So they want someone that's already out there hustling to be known, to market, to make money with their business idea. Whether it's still an idea and you're in the startup phase, or whether you started and you're already making money. You got to come from the standpoint of, here's what I've been able to do successfully in my business to make money, because it is a business regardless. Now, Mr. or Mrs. Grant Check Writer, here's where you come in with your funds, and here's what your funds would allow us to do to multiply the impact that we already are making without your money. And even if you don't give us the money, here's what we plan on doing to keep succeeding and sustaining our business. You see what I'm saying? So you have to come from a winner's mindset versus a beggar's mindset. Because if you are begging now, and you get rejected from a grant, you're going to get an attitude. They don't never give me none. I don't never win. Is this legit? It's a scam. No, ma'am. It was you. So you got to check your energy at the door, because if not, a grant going to check you real good. They're going to be nice about it. But I'm here to tell you the truth, okay? VC says she has a startup. She says, if I'm a business, I can tutor under the state's reading initiative. Cool. That sounds good. What other things would you guys use your grants for? Tell me exactly what you would use your grant money that you just posted in the chat. Your 10K, your 15K, your 20K, your 5K, your 12K. What would you use that grant for in your business? Start up assisted living, marketing ads, uniform. Expand my yoga, herbal, plant-based cafe, food truck so I can move my gifts to parks, resources, email, website. Anything else y'all can think of? There are over 60 different expenses that grants cover. Y'all want to talk about that real quick? It's in my book, Finding Funding. I just wrote down the page. If y'all want me to give you some more ideas as to what grants cover, put a yes in the chat, and I will look that up in the book real quick. And then when you get your hands on your copy of the book, I'm not going to go through all 60. I'm going to tell you that now. But all right, I will get you started thinking a little bit deeper. And then when you get your hands on a copy of the book, when you join us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, you can get the rest of the list, okay? Is that a deal? Put deal if that's a deal. And let me see what page this is on. Page 97. I literally just went through all 160 pages of my book and wrote down what was on each page so I could tell y'all exactly where to go. Kind of like a teacher's guide. I'm so proud of myself. I've been on the road today, honey. So page 97 of the book, I just passed it. Hold on. There we go. It literally is labeled what a business grant covers. And so there are 60 different things that a business grant can cover when you apply. So let's dive into some of the list. Somebody pick a number and I'll tell you what that number is. That will be fun. That's a fun way to do this. What number you want me to tell you on the list? You got to be quick. Let me see who's going to win this round. The book is located over at blackwomeningrants.com in the mentorship. Number 7. Number 7 is, you already put this, VC, business email service provider. So you put email earlier, which email could be your CRM, like your customer relationship management, like a MailChimp. That's who we use. We just outgrew like sending free emails through Gmail. So we had to sign up for a monthly subscription to MailChimp. And that way we can send, more professional looking emails and so much more. And so a grant can help you cover that monthly cost. So what you would do is take whatever it costs a month, multiply that times 12 and add that to your budget as to here's how we would spend some of the funding for our email marketing. Ain't that cool? Plant-based put 11. 11 is conferences. There was literally a grant earlier this year that was for $5,000 that would pay for you to go to any conference in the world, your favorite conference. That included your registration, your travel, your accommodation, your food, your lodging, gifts, all that good stuff. So grants can pay for conferences. That's number 11. Number 8 is your business license. For those of you who are in states that require you to have a license to run your business, whether it's out of your home or brick and mortar, etc., you can add that to what your grant cover. Have y'all considered any of these yet? Let me know. 8 is the number of completion. Look at you. Hallelujah. Number 5 is a business bank account. So let's say you want to go to a certain bank and open an account, and they're like, well, you have to have at least $500 or $3,000 in your bank account. Add that to the budget for your grant to say, hey, this will help me get my business bank account started. Or if you want one of those accounts that says you need to have at least this amount of money in your account every month so that it remains free, or a certain fee every month, you can add that. I know, no Gmail at the end, right? So yeah, that comes when you purchase your website. That usually comes as an added on feature for the website. So it does look way more professional. Your EIN or your employer identification number is free. So hopefully you already got that. If not, go get it tonight and let me know you got it, okay? Plant-based says, I'm listening. Thank you for this. You are welcome. She says, oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, thank you. Is this helping you guys? Y'all want to throw out some more numbers? I'm happy to share what it says on my list of 60 different things that I know for sure a grant will cover because they've covered it for me. So instead of trying to go line by line and read 60 of them out there, if y'all want to put in some more numbers, I'm happy to. Excuse me. Okay, number 1, good. An accountant. So for those of you who need to do your taxes, because yes, there are grants that will ask for copies of your most recent taxes, or they'll ask for what's known as a profit and loss statement to see if you're already in business and you've been investing your money and have a running list of business expenses versus what revenue you've brought in. They want to see the difference. And sometimes the grant comes in and it can serve as a reimbursement, but you got to pay somebody to do that, right? So an accountant can be added into what a grant covers. Did you know that? Hey, Riri, new here. Welcome, girl. Number 10, let me see what that is. Client gifts. I was out shopping recently and saw the cutest journals, and they came with pens. And so I bought all of them to send to my clients that I work with privately, just to say thank you. And so you can add that because it's a part of marketing. It's a part of, something that you can add in your budget for your clients. You said I thought it was 177. I don't know how they do in Flow Rider, but my EIN was FREE. So check that out, girl. I think that's a thing for everybody. I don't know. Let me know what you find out though. You said number 60. Okay, you got to be different. Let me scroll. Hold on, girl. Worksheets. So I got this from a grant I applied to. I think it was for $2,000. And they said, if you can give us a budget for exactly how you would spend or invest $2,000 in hosting your own event, we will reimburse you for that. Down to the pens you're going to use, the worksheets you're going to print out, the workbooks that they need, copies of your book, audio visual, the boardroom costs, food, snacks. Like they wanted all the details, okay? So that's number 60, worksheets. So if you're like me and you love like a good color printed anything, like I got a book I want to go print so bad, but I know it's not ready. I got to wait and make the edits and then go print it. But I love a good color print, girl. And so worksheets are included in that. You know, if you've ever been to an event and they have printed out worksheets for you or printed out workbooks, that costs, it adds up, especially when it's in color. So add that to your list of expenses if you plan on doing something like that as a part of your outreach or your marketing, or if you have like an educational component to what you do with grants. So that's number 60. Yep. EINs or your employer identification number or your tax identification number. Absolutely FREE. So check that out. You may be thinking of articles of incorporation, which are your LLC, INC, and LLP papers with the Secretary of State. Now that is an investment. I think it's $150 here in Georgia. I don't know how other states do it, but that may be what you're thinking about, VC. But other than that, the EIN or the TIN is free. Yep. Over at blackwomeningrants.com, I put together what's known as the 3-step grant guide, and it's a running checklist for those of you who have a startup business or if you've started in business. There are some things that grants are going to expect you to have in place regardless, especially the free stuff. And so you want to make sure you can check off each of these things individually, regardless of if you're a startup or started. And so check that out over at blackwomeningrants.com. That's an audio that you need to listen to. Make sure you can check these off. There's also a list in the Finding Funding ebook. And again, you can get your hands on all of this over at blackwomeningrants.com when you come join us on a $97 scholarship to hang out with us for a full year. But I want you to have all your bases covered as you're looking for grants, applying for these opportunities, and realizing they're going to expect you to have these types of paperwork already ready already. Okay? You said that makes sense. I thought they were the same. No, those are two different things, girl. Especially when it comes to taxes, honey, you want to have both of those. LLC is about $500 in Texas. Yeah, I've heard different amounts. And instead of focusing on, how expensive that sounds, I like to think of it like this. We just talked about this on another live. If you knew that it takes $500 to file your articles of incorporation, if you don't have it yet, be encouraged to either save that money or try to win a grant for that money, because there are grants. I've seen grants that help you pay for like registering your business or getting your business certified or getting it qualified to where you now qualify for more funding opportunities. So you can factor that cost into a grant, or you can pay out of pocket and then just let a grant reimburse you later on. But consider it like this. If all it takes is $500 to get you to where you can now qualify for $500,000 in funding, is it worth it to you to just go ahead, sacrifice like we do with our hair, our nails, our eyelashes, whatever we want, a bag, some shoes, a good outfit, some good food? I'm speaking from experience. Make that sacrifice. If you got to let one of the checks, be that investment, and then you have a whole year to use that LLC status, those documents, to go apply for as many grants as you can. Win that money back and then some, and then next time it's renewal. It ain't gonna be $500, hopefully. I know ours is like $50 a year to renew, and so I just pay it and move on, or you can pay like 5 years at a time, so you ain't worried about it. So when you think of it like that, that's how I think of it, because all of this is a game, including a mindset game. How are you gonna play this game with yourself and with winning this money for your business? Doing what you gotta do. Y'all know how we play like Uno and spades. Honey, it's risk it all. Throw it all on the table, going all out. You ain't got to cheat. But when you come in with a strategy, you know how to play the game. You got no choice but to win when you follow the formula that I teach you in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. We are winning money, okay? Not just playing the game. But some people just like to read the rules and fold the little instructions back up and put it back in the box and put it back in the top of the closet till next time they think about it. That ain't what we doing over here. We playing the game, honey. Make that investment. Go apply for these opportunities that you qualify for. Start winning these funds. Because whatever amount that you put in the chat earlier that you could see yourself winning in a grant, that total that you want to see on a check when you open it fresh out of the mail or when you get a deposit in your business bank account, you have to take that total, multiply it times 10, and apply for that much in grant funding. So if you want to win $50,000, add a zero to that and make sure you have at least $500,000 worth of grant applications out there, but not just random grant applications, good applications. Like every time you apply for a grant, your application should be getting better and stronger. You should be getting closer to winning 1 in 10 when you use what I share with you, like the tips we're talking about today. And those that I dive into much deeper, like factoring in some of these 60 expenses that a grant can cover when you apply. So keep that in mind, and that's what we dive into in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. I got to let you guys know that. And if you're over on the website getting registered and you need my help getting logged into the portal, let me know. I'm happy to help. What questions can I answer for you guys based on what we've talked about so far? Because when you strategically prepare yourself and your business to go in and apply for these grants, you're more likely to win funding, especially since A grant's goal is to align itself with someone who not only needs the funds, but you sold them the vision for how these funds are going to help you take the impact that you already have with your business or business idea and multiply it, okay? She said, you sound like you know where the grants are. I do. I have 3 free lists of grants totaling over $1.2 million in funding over at blackwomeningrants.com. It's a free 12-month subscription to those who join us in our mentorship today. So I definitely know where the money resides. I just did a search on one of our grant winners. She just won $10,000 a few days ago. And I just showed her how to go find out where her money at. Because they already out telling people, and she didn't even know they was talking about her. I was like, girl, here's how you find your money. Go get your check. And that's what she's doing. So I definitely know what it is. Do you have a suggested resource for bookkeeping? No, not necessarily. I have a bookkeeper who I hire. He is factored into my grant. So do what I just shared. Add it to your list of accountant, bookkeeper, tax preparer. And I don't know what he used, girl. I just pay him, send him all my information, and he holds my hand through my headaches. Repeat that so I can excuse myself to the site. www.blackwomeningrants.com is the site. Oh, I didn't read the rest of your question. You said you sound like you know where the grants are and how to get them. Where do I sign up? blackwomeningrants.com. Make sure you click the link that says click here or use this special link to get the scholarship price so you can learn with us for a year for only $97. It's some good stuff in this program, girl. Like, I'm like bigging up my own program, honey. But the ladies who read this book, they love it. And it comes with an app that'll read to you as well. So I'll be cleaning, driving, walking, grocery shopping, and listening to my own stuff, child. It's good. And so to be able to find all of this in one place, plus where the real money resides with the grants that I've won, the grants that our ladies are winning over at blackwomeningrants.com in our mentorship, child, y'all ain't ready. Y'all don't want to hear me. You just want to dance. Come join us. It's a lot of fun, a lot of energy. And then we meet 3 times a week here on TikTok Live, Black Women in Grants. We're live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays right here on this page. I do pop-ups too, just to come hang out with you guys and chat. I'm supposed to be walking around the block because I have not exercised lately and I need to. But I ate and got comfortable and went live. So let's pray I can get on a treadmill tonight. We believe in God for a miracle, ain't it? VC they say we should live as a business. Okay, sounds interesting. Interesting thought. What other questions can I answer for those of you who are hanging out? If y'all want, we can keep playing the numbers game. Page 97 of the book, showing us what grants can cover. I love the fact that I sat here, page by page, scrolled 162 pages and wrote down everything that's on these pages because I forget what I write until y'all come and we talk about it. But I said I was going to be sharing more from the book. I definitely won't be sharing all 162 pages, child. I'd be tired. Number 42. Let me see what number 42 says. Professional association or organization fees or dues. So if you're in any type of organization and they have like yearly dues or quarterly dues, etc., you can factor that into a grant. And so when I'm trying to think of one. Oh, I'm a part of the National Association for the Self-Employed, or I was. I did my time and let somebody else shine. That's how I look at it. So I was a member for a year. So I paid out of pocket to join. Then I ended up winning a cover feature for the magazine that they have within the association. And so they ended up giving me my fee back in the form of reimbursement. So they sent me a check. And I think it was for more than what I paid too. Because I was now a featured cover story, and you can Google that. All of that will pop up. I think I had like a 4-page spread. I was on their magazine, and they sent it out to 50,000 of their members. And so, of course, I'm going to tell more people about them because of that opportunity. Plus, they have 2 different grants in their association. One is for $4,000, They do ask for copies of your taxes. And I think they kind of have like a wait list for the members that have been with them for a minute trying to get that funding. But to know that you can, be next in line, you just never know. So opportunities like that, I love when grants are like hiding within opportunities to be reimbursed or to win extra money or to get a scholarship for more learning in these training and development programs. But you can add that to your grant funding. So if you have like a coaching program or a training program that you've been thinking of joining and you're like, well, I got to save up. Like one program, I waited over a year to join. It was like $2,000, one payment, no payment arrangements. And I was like, okay, I got to give myself time to digest spending that much at once. And once I did, I was like, oh, okay, that was underwhelming. I thought I was going to be, feeling some emotions and stuff, but I just paid it and joined. And of course, that's factored into grants because it's going to help me multiply the impact that my business has based on what I learned. 24, marketing materials, including customized flyers, business cards, mugs, t-shirts, pins, journals, totes, hats, and bags. So if you're one of those who has like a Tumblr business or an engraving or embroidery business or the, what do they call it? I don't know all the terms, but if you decorate stuff and sell it, you can add that as inventory or marketing materials for your business. Yep, customized flyers. People still do it. Sending stuff. I sent out 100 and something flyers in the mail not too long ago. Sublimination, that's it. Girl, I can't remember. Or if you bejewel the stuff. Yep, brochures, manuals, books, all of that can be factored in. So hopefully this is giving you guys some ideas of what to add to your list of things that grants can cover, and stop just saying stuff, inventory. They need to understand exactly how you're going to use this. So if you could break it down, hey, I'm going to, get specific with how I market my business. I need some bags, some totes, some hats, some journals, some pens, let's do it. Just for funsies, let me look at the list and share my favorites. Oh, this was one of my favorites. I knew I was in love with grants when I joined a program, a business training and development program. Remember, we talked about how they could pay your fees for like tuition to join these programs. So I won a scholarship for $2,500. And we had our first meeting and it was scheduled for like all day on a Saturday. And they said, hey, by the way, check your email. We just sent you, I think it was a Grubhub or a Uber Eats gift certificate so that lunch is taken care of and we can all eat together on camera as we, do the onboarding process. And I had never ordered a meal to my door. Yeah, I have not been able to stop ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats since. And it's been 2 years. I fell in love with it. Girl, it blew me away that a grant would pay for your meals. So I've won meals and coffee. And my second favorite, that was number 25 on the list, by the way. But my second favorite, I don't know what number, number 30 on the list, was when I won a contest through another program. I got a scholarship to go through for a year, business training and development program. And they had funding from Office Depot, Office Max. And I won $900 in office decor. They sent a desk, a chair, a filing cabinet, journals, pens that cost $20 each, and it was $15 in the pack. Come on. They sent markers and Post-its and magnets and galore. 2 separate deliveries right to my front porch. And my neighbor, I have 2 nosy neighbors. One has moved away since, but they know I always shop on Amazon. But this time it was UPS versus the Amazon truck. And they were like, you just bought a desk and chair. Why did you get this? I was like, honey, this was free. Why not? And I turned around and sold it to one of my nosy neighbors. I was like, you want to buy it? And she did. So she got a new desk, a new chair. I got paid, child. But I won it for free. And it was one of my favorite deliveries so far because it introduced me to the grant game on a deeper level. Because even though the stuff was free to me, they have to keep inventory of what they were sending. So I had this running list of stuff to expect in the mail. So I literally had a checklist when this stuff showed up to make sure that I received everything. And I had never received anything like that. And so I had another lady who watched me win, and now she was applying, trying to win. She never did. And I was like, you want to buy it? She didn't want to buy it. So my neighbor got it before her. And so she was feeling some type of way. So she had to go out and buy her own desk or whatever. I tried to hook her up, but she, was being shady. So I was like, all right, girl, bye. So anyway, that was one of my favorites. I didn't know you could do that. And now I know. You said they must have had stock in Uber Eats. I think they had grant funding themselves because they were a nonprofit, if I'm not mistaken. So they have to invest their funding too. So if they got a check from a grant, and I'm trying to think of who they were funded by. I'm not sure. I have to look that up. But they had some type of funding because they gave us scholarships, which paid their staff to come teach us. They may have had money left over. They may have received it free because, nonprofits can get a lot of stuff for free. I don't care how they got it. They sent us $35, which is really good. That's a full meal plus a tip plus all them fees and taxes and stuff. Where your $10 meal end up being $35. Here you go. Take it all and bring my food. Girl, I love some good food. I love curbside delivery. That was my favorite part of COVID. I was like, why y'all ain't been doing this? Pick up orders. And you gonna bring it to my door on a Saturday? Girl, I'm in love. Like, yes, girl, them neighbors be, look, you got a pack. I get text messages. You got packages on your porch. Okay. Just make sure nobody don't get them, okay? But yeah, girl, those are my neighbors. They were really good neighbors. You said, wow, victory loves preparation. Amen. Amen. You said, I'm still trying to figure out if I should go for or nonprofit. It depends. I don't teach nonprofit stuff here because we get the same money nonprofits get. The same money I got to go to school. This organization gave me $30,000. I won $100,000 total to get my degree. And one organization here in Atlanta gave me $30,000, and they gave the organization that I was working for when I was in school money too. So we were both getting checks, same name from the same lady, just different names on the check, different amounts, And so the only difference is I got to keep all of my money, and the organization had to pay their staff with theirs. So if we getting the same amount of money, I ain't worried about becoming a nonprofit. I'm for profit. The secret is having what's known as a social enterprise component to what you do. And we teach that in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. That's called social impact. When, for example, Ashley Rankin, who won her 10K recently, I teach you how to take a portion of what you win and give it back to your community, which is going to then multiply it even more. It's like an investment of seed. You know how we believe in sowing seeds, reaping a harvest, you reap what you sow, etc. So when you tell a grant, not only are you blessing my business and the customers I serve, but I'm going to take 5 to 10% of this money and sow it back into my community by teaching classes to the underprivileged youth or going into low income neighborhoods and providing the services at a discount, and the grant is going to make up the difference. They love stuff like that. So you don't have to become a nonprofit if you have a social enterprise component to what you do, and tell the grant about it. And that's how you can really stand out on these applications. I'm telling y'all, it's some strategies. Who was that said I sound like I know where the money resides? Not only do I know where the money resides, but I know how to get your name on that check so well that a lady who wrote me 2 grant checks so far, she said, I got to interview you to see how you got me to write you 2 checks. And that's what we did. And our interview is in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. So you want to be able to tell your story so well. Don't make it about you, but make it about who that grant is going to allow you to bless as a result of winning. And then, of course, the grant wants to look good. Girl, you about to make them look real good. You doing good in the hood. You done started a business. They're funding it as an investment. You've won. And now you that beautiful black face, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Come on. Getting that shmoney. That's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about in these grant streets. So you got to have a strategy going in applying for these funds, because if you don't, you just end up sounding like everybody else. You won't stand out. But when you have a strategy, like I'm about to do this, when they say this, I'm going to say this. They ask me this, I'm going to say this. You ready for those frequently asked questions? Girl, you become one of us. Future grant winners, official grant winners, potential grant winners. I've won grants on technicalities because I played the game so well. Down to the T. I know how much to smile on a video, how many teeth to show. That's what it's all about. So make sure you check out blackwomeningrants.com and come join us under the scholarship. If you're there already and you've joined, let me know if you need my help getting logged in to the portal, because I want to make sure you got access to everything that I just added today, child. Don't tell nobody, honey, because some of the older people don't get it. But our newbies, y'all get the interview that I did with Ashley Rankin recently about her $10,000 win. And what she did. And when I say I picked her brain, we did a whole masterclass interview. And then I did a case study on her for the exact steps she followed. So just like y'all, from the time she saw me for the first time here on Black Women in Grants on TikTok, then her mama told her to join our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. She joined us. She focused in for a full 90 days. And here we are. Within the last few days, she just won her first 5 figures in funding and being talked about all over the internet. And she didn't even know it until I told her, girl, go Google your name. They talking about you winning this money, child. Being one of $400,000 in that pool, child. She was like, what? So yes, I have it down to a science that I teach you guys. It's like biology 101, the easy side. We ain't got into calculus and trig and all that yet. I made A's in those classes too. So get ready, get ready. Are there any questions about anything we've talked about? Anything else that popped up in your mind? Anything else you guys want to ask me while we're hanging out? Let me see how long I've been here with y'all. I usually don't be on here that long. Okay, 46 minutes. I usually hang out for about 45 minutes to an hour. When I'm here with you. So now is the time to engage, ask your questions, come join us. Let me check on those of you who have joined us in the mentorship so far tonight over at blackwomeningrants.com and claimed your scholarship. By the way, there is Klarna and Afterpay if you need it. You can literally work out a payment arrangement on the $97 and still get access to everything in the program for a full year. So I want to meet you where you are. And if you want to know how to get your hands on the book and the app that'll read the book to you, Ashley's interview about her recent 10K win, her full 4-page case study profile that I did on her, access to the trainings, the boot camps, the workshops that we've hosted, really breaking down the difference between like a nonprofit grant, a for-profit grant, and how to really implement a social impact or a social mission in your business. Oh, and we got some partnerships going with some of these programs that has given me scholarships. You can go apply for a scholarship as well to go through their business training and development program. And if you have not fleshed out your full business plan, they can help you with templates to like your marketing and your sales strategy and parts of your website, your competitive analysis, and really getting into the nitty gritty of doing research on your business and your target market, your competition, etc. It's built into their programs. They teach the actual business establishment side of either starting your business or growing a portion of your business, like how Ashley's doing. She is growing her skincare line portion of her business. Then she has an educational component, some training, some coaching, and so much more. So all of that's included in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com with those partnerships. I forgot about that. You said that's what I was looking for on the site. Yeah, just click the link that says click here. Click this. Let me see what it says. I might be saying it wrong. We're at www.blackwomeningrants.com. Let me scroll. Yep. All caps. It says click here to join the Grant Game Mentorship Program for only $97. That's what it says. Use this special link for scholarship and payment arrangement options. There we go. So click on that link. It might not show it to me because I'm the creator of it. But when you click it, There is Klarna, there is Affirm, there is Afterpay, there's Cash App. There's all the names that I really don't know nothing about them. I just clicked it to make sure it was available to you, okay, under the scholarship. So all of that is a part of it. So click that. And then, like I said, let me know if you need help getting logged into the portal, because the portal is where your welcome packet is, and it has access to all three list of grants that we send you the link to every month. You already have it, but it's refreshed every month. And so it has all the what am I saying? Grants, scholarships, contests, competitions that you can apply to for that month or however long their applications are open. It has the partnerships that we have that you can go apply to and get you some scholarships on for their business training and development program. It has the book that you can download to get started learning about my 25 secrets to winning grants and grant funded opportunities. Ashley also designed a grant tracking template so you can keep up with all the grants that you discover and apply to and need to follow up with. And then she left the links for the ones that she's applied to, the ones that she's won, the ones she's waiting to hear back from, and those that she needs to follow up with. So it's like the path is being paved in a way that you don't have to try to figure this stuff out on your own and get overwhelmed. So I put it in a system that works. And then Happy Mia, she's one of our mentees. She found the app for us that'll read the book to you because she drives for a living, non-medical transportation. So she's like, I'm always on the road. I'm always on the go. So in between clients, the book can be reading to me instead of waiting on me to get home, get settled, get dinner ready for the family, find time to read, take notes, remember what I read, and go implement. So she is reading and taking notes throughout the day. And she found us the app that'll read the book to you. So I love how our Black Women in Grants are contributing to making the program even better for each other, honey. And so we're coming together, sharing these resources and winning this money together. And so Happy Mia has won $3,500 so far in a scholarship to join a business training and development program that's funded by Bank of America. So we have a lot of our winners on the website over at blackwomeningrants.com, along with all of the learning that is available to you. It's 24 hours worth of audios and videos in the book, plus the app that'll read it to you, the list of grants. I've now been on here over 230 times with you guys on live here on TikTok since this time last year. And so I keep a copy of all of the replays that TikTok will let me download, and you get a TikTok replay playlist. So even when I'm not live, you can go listen to the replays of all the lives I've been on. Get some more knowledge and gems. If y'all thought this was cool, child, I'd be sharing some stuff with y'all on the replays. And so you got access to that. That's like unlimited listening. It's so much more over there, like 13 secret grant sources. So if you go through the list of grants that I send you, there's a video. Hold on, let me find my water. Wait a minute. Okay. So if you go through the list of grants that I send you, and then there's a video that'll teach you how to get grants to come to your inbox every day, all day. Like as soon as the grant is announced for like your city or your industry, you can be first in line to know about it. So I teach you how to get that set up. And then you can also utilize the additional 13 other secret grant sources to find grants and grant funded opportunities. So it's a lot of fun if you can't tell yet. What questions can I answer for you? Harris Renee, Raisin Canes, Liz Gilbert or Albert, Dolores, 50 Humble, Sinker Girl, Terry, I see y'all on here. If you ain't talking, you're stalking. Come on and ask a question. Are there any questions? Let me know. I am here. If not, we can wrap up. Welcome to those of you who have claimed your scholarships. I'm so excited for you. Make sure you click the link on the second page after you check out. Get registered and signed up. It's going to take you to request access to the learning portal. And then I will click it to let you in. Let me double check. See if anybody needs me to let them in. Sometimes it may not ask you for that, but I just want to double check to make sure you're not locked out. Any final questions before I go? This has been fun. Liz says, can these grants start my business from scratch? They can help you start your business from scratch. Absolutely. It's called a startup grant. You can actually do a quick search on Google for startup grants for business and get started that way. If you are a Black woman with a for-profit small business, those are the grants that we have access to that you can read about and apply to for your business. So yes, hope that helps. Any final questions before I go? We got a few seconds here, and then I'll wrap up with y'all. Any other questions? Any ahas? Has this been helpful to you? Especially us breaking down the list of some of the things the grant covers. Oh, and VC, you did ask me what was number 50. I had got off that page. I got to find the book again, girl. Hold on. Number 50 on our list. The highest amount you can ask for the grant for is unlimited. Just know that every grant has their own limit, but there's an unlimited amount of grants that you can apply to at the same time. So if you find a grant for 10K, apply for that one and go find another one for 50K. You see what I'm saying? So it's unlimited, the amount of grants that you can apply for and win at once. That's the goal, to win as many as you can. Number 50 on the list, VC, is staff payroll. And so make sure that you're included in that staff. They're going to want to know how many employees you have. So think about part-time, think about full-time, think about freelancers, paid interns, all of that good stuff. You're welcome. How do you win the grants? With a strategy. And that's what we teach over at blackwomeningrants.com, knowing how much you need, what you would use it for, why they should give it to you over the hundreds that apply. And so you have to study the skill of finding these opportunities that match exactly where you are in business and then going out and applying. But not just randomly applying or spraying and praying, as we call it. Making sure you're applying for the opportunities that you're eligible for based on where you are in your business, what you're looking for a grant for, and what they award the grant for. So all of that is factored into winning. Nonprofits do not qualify for the grants that we get access to. We're in the private sector, meaning our funding comes from banks like Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan's Chase, Regions, etc., American Express, and then bigger corporations like the Targets, the Walmarts, the AT&Ts, Verizon, Comcast, you name it. These big brands that we already are supporting in our businesses or our day-to-day lives, they're helping to write the checks for the grants that we win. And so nonprofits, they got government grants and all that already. So we just work with Black women, for-profit, small business owners. As long as you're based in the United States and over the age of 18, then you probably qualify for the grants that are on our list of $1.2 million in funding over at blackwomeningrants.com. It comes in a free 12-month subscription when you join us in the mentorship, and the mentorship is only $97 for the full year. So hope that helps. VC says, thank you for the wealth of knowledge. You are welcome. Thank you for being here with me. So to keep from coughing in y'all's ear anymore, clearing my throat a whole bunch, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. Make sure you follow this page, Black Women in Grants. Turn your notifications on. You are welcome. So you know when we're live. Come hang back out with us. I'm usually live regularly. Our regular scheduled program for Grant Prep Academy, or GPA, is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So set your alarm, add it to your calendar to meet us back here. Update us with where you are on your fun finding journey. If you're joining us in the mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com, bring your questions about the program, about what page you're on in the book, about what grants you're looking at applying to, the questions on the applications that may trip you up a little bit. We can get all of that mentored and worked through during our lives here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Or if you see me on a pop-up, come hang out with me and I'm happy to answer your questions. Singer Girl says, is there a way to get the recording of this live? Yes. It's part of the playlist over at blackwomeningrants.com when you join the mentorship. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Again, I'm Dr. AJ Austin. Meet me over at blackwomeningrants.com. And until we meet again, my friends, y'all have a phenomenal rest of your day. God bless. Bye, future grant winners.